Have you ever wondered what drives our actions, our thoughts, our dreams? Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, dedicated his life to answering these questions. Born in the mid-19th century to a large family in Freiburg, a small town in the Austrian Empire, Freud was a curious child with a thirst for knowledge. His intellectual curiosity led him to the University of Vienna, where he studied medicine, focusing on neurology. This early interest in the workings of the brain set the stage for his future groundbreaking work. Freud's fascination with the mysteries of the mind led him to develop the field of psychoanalysis. He held a firm conviction that beneath the surface of our conscious minds, there lay a powerful force driving our thoughts, actions, and behaviors. This force, Freud proposed, was the unconscious mind, a reservoir of feelings, thoughts, urges, and memories that are outside of our conscious awareness. Freud's theory of the unconscious mind was revolutionary. It suggested that we're not always in the driver's seat of our own actions and thoughts. He asserted that our unconscious minds hold the key to understanding our motivations, our fears, and our desires. This idea was a radical departure from the prevailing psychological theories of his time, which largely ignored the role of unconscious processes. Freud's pioneering work in psychoanalysis didn't just stop at the unconscious mind. He also proposed the idea of defense mechanisms, psychological strategies that our minds employ to cope with reality and to maintain self-image. This concept, like many of his ideas, opened up a new frontier in understanding human behavior. Freud's theories were not without controversy. His ideas were often met with skepticism and criticism, yet his work sparked a revolution in the field of psychology, leading to new ways of understanding the human mind and behavior. As a young man, Freud set out to explore the human mind, leading him to develop theories that would forever change the field of psychology. Freud proposed that the human mind is like an iceberg, with a vast majority of it submerged in the unconscious. This analogy beautifully captures Freud's perspective on the human psyche. He believed that our conscious awareness is but the tip of the iceberg, while a vast sea of unconscious thoughts, feelings, desires, and memories lurk beneath the surface. Central to Freud's theory is the idea that the human mind is divided into three parts: the ID, the ego, and the superego. Let's dive into these intriguing elements one at a time. The ID, according to Freud, is the primitive and instinctual part of the mind that contains sexual and aggressive drives and hidden memories. It's the child within us, driven by the pleasure principle, always seeking to avoid pain and gain pleasure, without any regard for reality or morality. The ego, on the other hand, is the realistic part that mediates between the desires of the ID and the constraints of the real world. It operates based on the reality principle, striving to satisfy the ID's desires in a socially acceptable way. Picture it as the adult in us, constantly trying to strike a balance between our primal urges and societal norms. Finally, the superego, which develops last, represents the moral conscience, incorporating the values and morals of society. It's like a strict parent, constantly judging our actions and intentions based on moral standards and striving for perfection. Freud suggested that the interaction of these three elements shapes our behavior. The ID creates the demands, the ego adds the reality, and the superego adds morality to the action which the ego is to carry out. It's a constant tug of war, with the ego often caught in the middle, trying to satisfy both the ID and the superego, while also maintaining a grip on reality. Freud's tripartite model of the mind provided a new understanding of human nature and the factors that drive our actions. It paints a picture of the mind as a complex dynamic system of parts working together, and sometimes at odds, shaping our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors in ways we might not even be aware of. This intricate framework, according to Freud, is the engine room of the human psyche. Freud believed that our adult personalities are shaped by our childhood experiences. Diving deep into this belief, Freud proposed 5 stages of psychosexual development. The first stage, the oral stage, occurs from birth to 1 year. Here, the child's pleasure centers are focused on the mouth. Moving forward, between the ages of 1 and 3, children enter the anal stage, where pleasure is derived from controlling bladder and bowel movements. The phallic stage follows next, from ages 3 to 6, where the child's focus of pleasure is the genitalia. Freud believed this stage to be the root of adult personality. Next, we have the latency stage, from age 6 to puberty. Here, sexual instincts subside and children focus more on same-sex friendships and hobbies. Lastly, The genital stage begins at puberty, where sexual desires re-emerge, and individuals start to show interest in others. For Freud, these developmental stages play a crucial role in molding our identities and our relationships with others. Freud viewed dreams as a window into the unconscious mind. With this perspective, he developed an intriguing method of dream interpretation. He proposed that dreams are not just random sequences of images, but rather symbolic narratives that reveal our deepest desires and fears. In his view, dreams are the royal road to the unconscious, providing a glimpse into the hidden corners of our psyche. Freud's method of dream interpretation involves the concept of manifest and latent content. Manifest content is the actual dream as remembered, the surface-level story. However, the true meaning lies in the latent content, the symbolic interpretation of the dream. This can be uncovered through free association, a technique where the psychoanalyst encourages the individual to share any thoughts or feelings that arise in response to the dream. Freud's dream analysis remains a fascinating aspect of his work, offering insights into the hidden depths of the human mind. Despite the controversies surrounding his theories, Freud's impact on psychology and psychotherapy is undeniable. His groundbreaking ideas have found their way into various fields, influencing and shaping our understanding of art, literature, and cultural theory. His theory of psychoanalysis, for instance, has inspired artists to explore the depths of the unconscious mind, leading to movements like surrealism. Similarly, literature has been enriched with Freudian concepts, offering readers a deeper insight into the complexities of the human psyche. Freud's theories, however, have not been free from critique. Many modern psychologists question the scientific validity of his ideas, arguing that they are more philosophical than empirical. Yet even these debates attest to Freud's enduring influence. The discussions and disagreements sparked by his work have driven the evolution of psychology, pushing us to continually refine our understanding of the mind. Sigmund Freud, a pioneer of psychoanalysis, has left an indelible mark on our understanding of the human mind, a legacy that continues to inspire discussion and debate.